Daddy.
Oh, Kevin, you're
What
here.
do you want?
I told you the patch came on. You said something and I couldn't hear you because I was drinking juice.
You couldn't hear because you were drinking?
I was trying to process that myself.
Oh!
I was drinking juice. I was gulping too hard, guys. Gulping too hard.
Yeah, you wish.
What'd you say now, David? What'd you say?
I said, you should try it out.
No, I didn't try it out yet. I haven't.
Confusing. All right. You put a lot of faith in this patch then.
Yeah, why? I mean, I know some Xbox players are saying something wrong with it where they're trying to log in and it gets stuck or something like that. So far, I haven't heard PlayStation players complain about anything.
Yeah, good. They deserve to complain. That's what you get for choosing Microsoft.
That's what I said. That's what I said.
That's not what you say.
I mean, that's...
Take that back.
Oh my god, there's an Archon class that I looked up too, but we have to beat the game to get that.
Yeah, I know. I've already told you about this.
Oh, you probably did, yeah. That's the one with the shield I was looking for. I was like, what the hell? I wanted that one, Daddy.
Okay.
That's the one I want.
There's a ship in Starfield called Grandma, and it picks people up and it feeds them.
Wow.
And it's a random encounter. And I honestly think that's great.
Is there also a ship in Starfield called Mama Murphy? It randomly drops off chairs.
Kevin, why you gotta ruin every fun time I've ever had?
Every week is the same stupid thing with this stupid game. I'm so sick of Minecraft now.
Oh my god! If only we had, I don't know, an hour to get in here!
I mean, yeah, but...
Kevin's in here, got in, no problem!
Okay, alright.
I'm a veteran of getting in.
Yeah, I know, yeah, you get in everything. That's why you have 18 children, right?
No, Kevin gets in, then gets out, you know what
I mean? Oh no.
I don't understand it either.
I don't know what that means because I don't know that life.
You're gross.
Yeah, I am. Alright. Let me,
Oh, look who made it in.
Listen, okay?
If only you had patience, like your brother.
Oh, sure, yeah, okay, alright. Alright, everybody, welcome to another episode of Crafting a Chad. This is episode 161, if I'm correct with that one. It is another Tuesday, September 12th. Gentlemen, how are we all feeling tonight? Okay, good. Adam's hungry. Kevin, what's going on?
I did not mean to do that. My controller moved in a way. I was like, what the hell does that sound?
Kevin, how's it going? How's your life? Good. Desinota, how you doing? All good?
Mm-hmm.
Alrighty. Like we normally start this out, gentlemen. We have I was looking at the rumors and stuff like that, and we may have something to talk about that, but we'll get to that later.
We got a jam-packed show, is what we're saying.
Yeah. Gentlemen, what did we all play last week? Anybody want to go first? Cool. I'm gonna go first then.
I'm doing pretty great.
Oh, thank you for responding. I appreciate the delayed response. I played a bunch of Final Fantasy 16. Let me tell you, that game is probably going to drive me to tears by the time when I'm done with it. Going to be the third game, sorry, that I cried in, probably, based on some other reactions I've seen to this game.
First one, Infamous. Second one, Infamous 2. Third one, It Takes Two.
No.
Oh.
And played a bunch of Remnant 2 with Kevin. We had a bunch of fun in that. Finally got a cool build going, even though...
God of War, Kingdom Hearts 3?
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
Yes. Just playing Call of Duty a little bit, did a couple of rounds of DMZ and had some successful exfils, which is great. and I did download Eternites. Eternites finally came out today, so I'll probably be trying to play that. But I'm pretty sure after the podcast, Daddy and I are going to play Remnant 2. So I'm assuming that's the plan for tonight. Otherwise, I don't think I did anything else. Adam, what'd you do?
I mostly did I play more? I might have played more Witcher. I might have stopped by this point last week. I don't remember.
Yeah, you ended up stopping at this point.
Yeah, okay, cool. And then what else? I think I tried something else, and I don't remember what it. Oh yeah, I do.
Yep.
Yeah, I remember. I tried Trek to Yomi. I'm gonna do this one first. I tried Trek to Yomi, the side-scrolling. I almost said Italian game. The side-scrolling samurai game. I tried that. It was all right. The combat wasn't fun or interesting. It felt very monotonous. I literally played for 30 minutes, I think. Pretty game. Might be worth a playthrough for some people, but for me, I just was like, I'm not feeling this. I'm not in it. I'm done. Um, and then also, I played a game called Saints Row, the reboot that came out a year or two ago at this point.
A year ago.
It's not good. I was even like, okay, I hope it's good enough where I can just pop like spend 40 hours, get a platinum, and leave. Maybe even play some co-op with Genesis. And the writing, it's whatever. I don't care. The voice acting, it feels old. Not because of the performances, literally the VO quality.
Bad.
The graphics and the gameplay also feel like a beginning PS3 game. Like, it is shocking how ugly this game is. And I mean, it's not a deal breaker for me. I'll play an ugly game. I played My Time at Porsche for a long time. And I'm excited for the sequel, even though it got fucking delayed till November 6th. But whatever, you know.
Yeah, that's sad that I got
This
delayed
game did not control well. The shooting mechanics, there's not shooting mechanics. You tap L2, you tap R2, you let go of L2, you tap it again, and then you hit R2. Because aiming is pointless because it has such a strong assist, and aiming sucks. It's not fun. It's not comfortable, and apparently it's way better than launch, which is shocking to me. And I was like, okay, I'll still play this because it's possible. The game glitched out on me 3 times. One of them caused me to have to do a hard reset. And that's when I was like, I'm not playing this game because I did 4 missions. The first mission went fine, but it was so short. The second mission was completely broken. I had to restart a checkpoint like multiple times because if you crash your car, the physics are also janky as shit. Like, sometimes you'd hit something and it wouldn't do anything to your car, and other times it would launch you and then flip you upside down and you can do nothing. And you just have to wait for the timer to run out or just restart checkpoint. But the one time I chose restart checkpoint, it kicked me out of the mission and put me at the ending of the last cutscene. And I'm like, how is this a checkpoint? It made no sense because that was like my 4th time restarting that mission. So I was so confused. The third mission, my game completely froze, and I had to restart my PlayStation. And then I think the 4th mission, I had no issues, but at that point I was like, I'm not doing this anymore. So I think I put, an hour and 20 minutes into it, maybe, Genesis? You were there for most of it.
Yeah, about an hour and 20 minutes. You spent essentially that much.
Yeah, I wanted to like this game so much. I remember I was kind of excited for it, and then more and more got showed off, and then I was like, ooh, I don't know about this. And then I was like, you know what? I'll pick it up when it goes cheap. And I'm glad I never did. I'm glad I never spent any money on it. You know what I mean? You know, I would appreciate it as a gift. Maybe I will go into it one day. But yeah, those are the two games I played with that. And then I've been going back into Red Dead 2. Desinoda, what are you looking at? What is going on over there? Okay, thank you. But I've been playing Red Dead 2. I've been craving an open world RPG, and Red Dead 2. I was like, I'm gonna get right back into it and hunt some animals and stuff, and scan and study them, and it's been a lot of fun. A lot of funny moments. I forgot how great that game was.
Good.
Just like a couple fun things was I was looking for a small alligator, and I thought it was clear, so I walked through like this waist high water, and as I'm walking I got attacked by a gator, and it scared the shit out of me, and then it also scared Genesis because he was playing with Kevin. So that was
Literally
very
scared.
I
me to
saved that
death.
clip too. I saved that clip because it
Good.
was really funny. And then I saw an animation I've never seen before where I got frustrated at something, so I just saved and went on a killing spree. But there was a guy that I shot with a rifle, and he got up and he's bleeding out of his side, and he starts to run away, and he's like, oh god, no. And like as he's running, all of a sudden I just get the thing, like the notification on the side, like I lost some morality because I killed somebody, and he just literally stops running and falls over dead because he bled out. And I'm like, I have never seen that. So that was cool. Then I
Is that
killed
the
the
one with
dog,
the-
and I felt really bad.
Yeah, I was gonna say that one. I was like, didn't you see the dog like fall over and like start to
Yeah,
run
I
at
shot the
time?
dog, and the dog was on its side, like going "Arr, arr," and like trying to run. And I felt so bad, so I put it out of its misery by shotgunning it in the face. And then a lady came out and saw that, so I shotgunned her leg off, and then shotgunned her head off, and then I was bored, so I shotgunned all her limbs off, and then took her corpse and threw it into the ocean. And then there was one. I think I told Desinoto about this. Look, he's mean eyeing Kevin right now. But I accidentally killed a guy. Like this is not on one of my um stress relieving kill sprees. I accidentally killed a guy, and I took his body, and I was like, I'm just gonna dump him in this little stream or river thing, or like this little whatever, and I'm like, I'm just leaving him here because who cares? And then he starts flowing down the fucking river, and he ends up landing at this area where this like guy is fishing and these like three people are, and then they all start panicking, and I'm like trying to intimidate them by not being like, hey, don't you tell the cops, but I can't catch all of them. So then I hog tie one of them, that person accidentally drowns, and then I shoot the other three. And it just did not go well. And then my morality kept going down, and I was like, I gotta reload my save, so I did that. But other than that, I play a good guy. I just want to get that across. But I put like a few hours into this the last week, so I'm having a lot of fun. Just hunting animals and studying them and exploring nature. It's a very beautiful game. It's a shame there's never got a PS5 patch because I bet this thing would be fucking spectacular.
I'm sure it would look real nice on PS5.
Yeah. I mean, sometimes I'm just like on a mountain using my binoculars looking over the edge, and I'm like, I feel like I'm watching like a like a Nat Geo channel or something.
Wow.
It's just fucking wild. But that's all.
Cool. I appreciate it. Kevin?
What's up?
Kevin, what'd you play?
What'd you play, Kevin?
What did I play? I played
That's the question.
that game, Remnant, with Genesis.
Yeah.
And I played Tactics Ogre Reborn. Ogre Tactics Reborn. There's not those three words in some order. That's about it.
All right.
Wow. Okay.
Destinoto, what'd you play?
Yeah. I didn't really play much. Um, watch some YouTubes. Um,
Yub dubs.
hmm. What else did I do? Hmm. Um, I believe I watched. Yeah, I think this was last week. I watched the Broly second and third Broly movies of DBZ, the old ones. Bio Broly's pretty bad, but Second Coming is not too bad. You get to see the triple Kamehameha, which I don't think they ever did ever again in the whole series.
The father-son one, where the three of them were there.
It's Gohan, Goten, and then Goku's spirit kind of finds his way there, and they do a
Yeah.
triple Kamehameha to destroy
Oh, Bio Broly.
No, not Bio Broly, just
Oh,
Broly.
regular Broly.
Yeah, just pretty nice. It has nice music too. Nice, like pretty unusual metal music they have going on in the background the whole time. Pretty cool.
Metal music.
Videl plays some part. And then Goten and Trunks also play a part. Small part, nothing too crazy. But then Gohan comes and he gets beat. Oh my god, he's getting beaten and squeezed and smashed in the walls and like, oh my god, the whole time I was like, oh my god, no, Gohan, kill him! And then, yeah, he gets beat up, like bad. And then it gets to the point where Piccolo has to come out of nowhere and save him, and then he leaves again. And then, yeah, they finish off Broly with the triple Kamehameha. The father, son, grandson, or no, father, two sons. What am I saying? Father, double son, Kamehameha.
Yeah, he's got a granddaughter. He ain't got no grandson yet.
Yeah.
Only have one granddaughter. I don't know what Goten's gonna give him, but one granddaughter. Pan.
Go 9.
Yeah.
You gonna give him Go 9.
And,
Counts down. Once one is born, they all die.
Oh my god.
oh no.
Wow.
Oh lord.
Spoiler alert.
Spoiler alert. Okay.
And I watched some of the newer Broly movie, and there's like worlds of difference with how well like the fight scenes are, and the fighting is not the ta 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 and same like repetitive punches. It's actual like punches landing and missing, and like they're actually fighting. They're not just throwing hands at each other the same way for a whole 5 minutes.
Throw hands with you.
And they're traveling through big ass like icebergs and snow mountains and oh, Goku gets just oh my god, I don't even know if there's a word for how much he gets beaten up and slammed on the floor and his face gets shaved into the ice wall by Broly. Like, that movie definitely put like a new it set a new bar with how brutal the fighting is in this series. And gosh, um yeah, uh I think I don't think I really watched a whole lot of stuff other
Okay.
than that, I think.
All right. Cool. Alrighty then. Well, now that that's all taken care of, uh, Kevin, what do you want to talk about this week? What you got?
Nothing.
Oh my God. All right. Well, as we said, it's jam packed. Obviously, we have so much to talk about this week. With nothing that's been happening. Everything's been quiet in the gaming world. Obviously.
Not true.
No, it's not. It's not. It's not. All right. Let me
What happened? Enlighten me.
and okay, I'll enlighten you. So
Plug me in
let
a
me.
light socket.
All right. So let me talk about this first. And Adam, I don't know if you were gonna say anything about the Embracer Group that they want to put Gearbox up for sale again.
That's
Um.
not what I was going to say. I was going to talk about something else.
Okay. Well, if you want to talk about it first, or else I'll bring this
I
topic
mean,
up. And
you that's part of rumors, wouldn't it be?
yeah, I guess we can hold off on that. Go ahead, Adam. Then
Unity will start charging developers each time their game is installed.
installed.
Yeah, anybody see this news today that came out?
Yeah, I wasn't sure
Uh,
what they actually meant
How
by
do what? Huh?
install, but
What?
enlighten, please.
Yeah. Give me 1 second.
How? How do you? Okay,
I
sure.
guess they have those metrics.
So they talked about how there's going to be a
Hmm.
runtime fee, and it's based on the number of installations a game built with the Unity engine receives. It won't start until January 1st, and games developed with the lower cost Unity Personal and Unity Plus plans reach that threshold of 200,000 of revenue in 1 year and 200,000 lifetime installs, while Unity Pro and Unity Enterprise accounts must reach 1 million revenue and 1 million lifetime installs for the fee to kick in. So Unity Personal and Unity Plus devs will have to pay 20 cents for every game installed past their subscription specific thresholds. Unity Pro devs will have to fork over between 2 cents and 15 cents for every install past theirs. And Unity Enterprise devs costs range from 1 cent to 12.5 cents per install. Very confusing in the gaming world right now. Devolver Digital had a fantastic tweet of if you're going to pitch us a game, please tell us about what engine you're using. But I want to read this one thing I saw earlier. Give me 1 second.
While you're looking that up, I'll fill some time here. So a lot of developers have come out and tweeted, or I guess tweeted, right? You can't X this. I don't know what. I don't.
Post. They're called
Tweeted.
posts now.
Sure, posted. Okay,
No,
so they
tweeted.
posted. They whatever they did.
Tweeted.
Against Unity. Like one of them is the Cult of the Lamb developers. They're like, buy Cult of the Lamb now because we're deleting it on January 1st. Essentially, developers are saying if they don't reverse this price change, we're just gonna abandon the Unity engine.
So yeah, they since there was so much backlash, they regrouped and now says only the initial installation of a game triggers a fee. It says demos mostly won't trigger fees, and devs are not on the hook for Game Pass. which sounds like then Microsoft would be on the hook for Game Pass.
So I remember reading something about Game Pass on this, that Game Pass was the way to go to have these installs not count against them or something like that. Unless I'm wrong, I remember reading something with Game Pass in the initial post that I read about Unity. Is this like a thing with Microsoft where they were trying to do something with them to say, hey, on Game Pass, you're not going to have to install your game. You just stream it. So I guess there's no fee that they pay, or so, I don't know what the hell they were mentioning about Game Pass in the beginning.
Yeah, I have no idea what you're talking about, if I'm honest.
Hang on. I'll bring it up. I got it. I'll bring it up in a second here.
But yeah, there was a lot of backlash to that. The gaming world, I don't want to say flipped their top or flipped their lid,
Flip
but
their
they
controller.
they fucking threw that thing at the wall.
I mean, yeah, it's the dumbest freaking thing in the world. Just raise
It's
your fucking
the-
price.
Also, based on what it was when it was first announced, if you download a game, uninstall it, and download it, uninstall it, download, uninstall it, you're literally fucking over a dev.
And
Which
people-
is great. I mean, like over and over. You could, if you hate a dev, you could literally do it
Yeah.
over and over, which is
Oh,
so
it would-
funny.
I mean, you can't allow that to happen because you have like farms for Bitcoin and shit. Or if somebody really doesn't like a dev for whatever reason, you start turning that into just, hey, run this script, install and uninstall this game over and over again. You'll charge them millions.
Yeah.
You know, that's not how you conduct business, and possibly rip Unity.
Yeah, Jeff Grubb had a great tweet about this. If you disagree with a developer, pirate its game and set up a script to uninstall and reinstall it
there you go.
endlessly. Brave New World and hate brigading.
Mm-hmm.
Also, per Unity's responses to people's questions of how are installs tracked, they're estimating how many installs you've had. So there's a hand wavy this much money per install, but not for piracy and not for bundles, but we estimate it ourselves.
What?
So their actual quote is, we leverage our own proprietary data model, so you can appreciate that we don't go into a lot of detail, but we believe it gives an accurate determination of the number of times the runtime is distributed for a given project. So they're saying we keep track, but we don't fully keep track because you still have your privacy, but we have an idea.
Yeah.
But we still keep track.
Yeah.
Oh.
So
Like, the Unity people are aware of what happened with, like, Dungeons and Dragons, right?
probably not.
Okay, cool, because they're about to find out what it was. As everyone abandons their system and, like, 3 other ones developed in Linux come out.
I found the quote that I was talking about earlier. I totally misread that. So the quote was from the Crab, another Crab's Treasure developer. They were saying essentially if 25 million Game Pass subscribers downloaded their game, the insane amount of fees that we would get would essentially threaten the sustainability of our business. That's
Yeah,
what
that'd
I
be
was looking at there, where Game Pass essentially is like a threat to them at that point, because all these people can just install, uninstall, install, and essentially if you have Game Pass, you always get the game no matter what. It's not even a fact of like you have to buy the game or anything like that.
Oh,
It's
yeah,
Game
yeah.
Pass. That's what I meant by that. I was trying to figure out what I was looking at earlier, and I was like, something about Game Pass there.
Okay, yeah, okay. Yeah, Aggro Crab, I know them.
Yeah.
Yeah, also Genshin Impact made in Unity.
Oh.
But yeah, it's literally, this has been every game company going, what the fuck is this? And Jeff
why-
Grubb has been like very vocal about it too, of like, hey, they definitely, even though they're backing down, they probably planned this from the beginning because it sounds more reasonable than the insane thing. So keep pushing because this is still insane.
Mm-hmm.
If you leave your demo up, then there's a chance that your demo is going to start costing you money.
So okay, besides corporate greed and just getting money out of this, this is just Unity being able to make cash off developers essentially for using their tools and making a game, and then the game getting installed on the user's console or PC or whatever they're using it on. This is just for them to reap more profit and revenue from the developers.
Yeah.
That's the whole point of this. That's it.
I mean,
Nothing else.
they didn't say like. I don't. What do you want them to say? Like, hey, we're doing it because we
Well,
love you.
No. There was no technical reason behind it for doing all of this. Obviously, it's just to reap more revenue and make the
I
company.
mean, they probably would say like it's going to help us maintain the engine and make it even better for you. Like, there's definitely going to be that, but there's not a good reason they've given.
Okay.
Well, there isn't, because like, oh, well, we want to be able to maintain our thing. Okay, cool. Subscription price? Raise your price? What is this? You have to pay us based on how many times the game is installed. Hey, your game got popular. Pay us more. What? No, it's not how this works.
It's a very
Like, that's
backward sounding system.
underhanded. It's underhanded bullshit, and Unity should burn.
Here
hopefully
you go.
everyone abandons them.
Yeah,
and
here you
new
go,
thing comes
Genesis. The one guy, I think he's in charge of Unity or the blog post or whatever that they put. He said we want to make more money so that we can continue to invest in the engine. So that's exactly what we thought it would
Just
be.
charge more. Just charge a subscription fee.
Yeah, I don't know.
Unreal Engine doesn't do this, and like more developers use this, and it's installed on more things.
That's what I was gonna say. I mean, the direct
Like-
competition is Unreal Engine 5, and like, I mean, I know a lot of game developers use Unity, but like, there's a ton of people using Unreal Engine 5 now. Big names are using Unreal Engine 5.
Well, yeah, because they've been using Unreal Engine for years.
Yeah.
It's like the engine for
Wouldn't
big
that
companies.
just push? Like, I guess I don't. I don't
It
know.
it makes literally no sense.
No, it
at
makes
all.
no sense.
It's just
at
going to
all.
push more people off into that direction of like Unreal. Developers will just drop that and be like, "Hey guys, we're just going to move all our assets to Unreal, and we'll just take the hit of like having to relearn that." And
It opens the door for a competitor, though. Like, Unity has actually had a really good stranglehold on like indie dev market. And now if they're going to actually go forward with any sort of pricing model anywhere close to this, as opposed to just raising whatever they charge to like
They
use
probably
their
charge a
dev kits,
subscription right now. Is what they do.
just up that. Like, if you're going to do this though, like, you open the door for someone else to come along and be like, hey, here's this new thing. I call it Wibby Wooby or whatever the fuck. And like everybody's gonna be like, oh cool, this does like everything Unity did and more. And bye. And then Unity just ceases to exist. Like, what? I don't know. This is bizarre. I can't reason it. Is there a reason? Can anyone reasonably tell me why you would do this as a business model?
I don't know. I mean, I've seen in the past year or so, we've seen companies raise subscriptions, charge people for
This is worse.
I mean, I know it's just evolving. That's the point I'm making. Is that we're seeing these things emerge from these corporations, and there is no one corporation that has not. I don't think that has not done this. Like in every different sector of business, there's a corporation that's done this. We're just seeing different evolutions of how can we get creative with raising fees so that we can make more money. It's insane. That's so crazy.
Yeah, it would literally be like if we're watching Netflix and the more you watch, the more it costs.
Or like every time you rewind or forward or you replay a movie, they charge you per replay.
Hey, you have 50 free replays, but if you watch the same thing over and over, then 51, you're going to pay 20 cents every time. It's like, what? It makes no sense. And it hurts mostly indie developers. It's ridiculous. So, Kevin, very funny that you said no news going on today. And you're like, prove me wrong. And I'm like, Kevin, let me tell you, a company made a real dumb decision.
I would never in a million years have believed you. But
I honestly saw this
Oof.
earlier, and I'm like, I want to send this to the chat, but I want to make sure nobody's looking at this. And I want to talk about it tonight because I just want to be like, hey guys, you want to hear the stupidest thing in the world?
So they've currently backed down to just the first install. They're going to charge them whatever
That's
the
not
fee
enough.
is.
no.
Okay, so they
It shouldn't be a thing at all.
It shouldn't be a thing, right? You shouldn't be charging for any install. It should just be here's your subscription fee for using our engine. We can this is what you pay us, and that's essentially what it is. I don't know how much more money this corporation needs to be able to improve what they
I don't
already
know.
have. Like I don't understand what the immediate. I don't know. I guess this is all corporations. I just don't
Couple
understand.
banger tweets I saw earlier. Somebody just really funny ones. Somebody was like, Unity, I thought the new one was called Mirage. I thought that was
Oh,
very
God.
funny. And then somebody said, I love that there's a stream of updates from third parties that are all like, I talked to Unity, and they clarified that. 1, the bad thing is even worse. 2, the less bad thing is the same amount of bad. And 3, there's a new secret third bad thing that's the worst thing you've ever heard. Oh, also, in November of this year, they're adding an AI art thing. So a lot of artists are upset because that usually is just stealing artwork from real people.
Hmm.
So they're like, hey guys, let's announce the worst thing and let's just keep adding to it. You know what I mean? Let's just keep adding to it. So Unity's probably gonna die. I don't know if there's any recovering from this, if I'm honest. I really
Mhm.
They'd have
don't.
to cancel the whole thing.
I
Even
mean,
if
yeah,
they did, I honestly think
They
that
still
the
haven't had,
news is so
Yeah.
horrible. Most developers are going to be like, I'm not going to fucking use Unity. Like, I don't
Yeah.
trust them. I wouldn't. If I spent 6 years or 2 years making a game and Unity announced this, depending on how late it was, I'd be like, well, fuck. I don't want it in Unity anymore. The next game I make would not be in Unity. I guarantee that. And I would start to think about porting it over to a different engine or just fucking starting over. Because
I mean, at that point,
that's
yeah,
ridiculous.
you'd probably be better off just starting over or just
Yeah.
porting it to a different engine. Yeah, you'd be better
Yeah.
off doing that.
Because there's no way any other engine company is going to do this
I mean,
unless this is massively successful for Unity. But based on, it's not just the echo chamber of the internet, it is literally every single developer putting out posts in major publishers being like, fuck this. It's
yeah,
crazy.
that being on Game Pass is like a scary thing there. That when that guy was talking about that point where like, okay,
It destroys the
25
Game
million
Pass model.
Yeah, because developers would stop putting their games on Game Pass. They would just they'd be like, nah, I can't do that. What if
Which
25
is
million people download
ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous.
At the same time, they want people to download the game. They want to sell their game.
But they don't want to sell too many of them. And also, people are going to stop putting out demos, even though demos barely come out now. I mean, there's been kind of a resurgence of demos, if I'm honest.
Yeah.
But, like, what the fuck? Wild. Just wild news today.
Mm-hmm.
So nothing else really going on in the gaming world, Kevin. So just some little things. Anybody else have any thoughts about Unity?
I just that's a horrible thing.
If I made a game and only gave it to Genesis, he could download it and delete it and then download it again over and over and bankrupt me. One guy could bankrupt me if he just kept downloading it and uninstalling it over and over.
Well, that just supports, like you were saying before, this whole like hate thing. Like, okay, I hate you as a developer. God, actually, just do that for Ubisoft. I'll just download and delete this Assassin's Creed over and over until I bankrupt them. That would be insane. You know what, Unity? Actually, just make that for Ubisoft, and I hope Ubisoft gets behind this and says, I hope that this sticks because we think this is a successful business model, and then it fucks them over. Like that's an insane thing to think that the populace. I mean, okay, so let me just I'll give a different side of this argument, right? You're gonna put a lot of the power into the populace of who buys your games, right? If your game is, let's take Modern Warfare for example. The game, if Call of Duty games keep coming out as shit as they are, and they use Unity engine, I'm just saying that. I know they don't. I'm just saying they use Unity, right?
Sure.
And the gamers decide, hey, you guys keep giving us shit ass games. We're just gonna fuck you over now because we're tired of this, and you won't listen to us, and you won't do what we say, and you keep pumping these games out. We want better games. We want to play this better. We're just gonna fucking bankrupt you, because we'll all just band together, download, install, and then uninstall, download, install, uninstall. Like you, in a way, right? That's putting a lot more power and I guess decisions on the consumer that is buying your product now, to say if you really put out a broken ass game, guess what? We'll just fuck you over and bankrupt you.
Yeah. Another developer, they posted games. If you make a freemium game and you make 200,000 from in-app purchases, and the game's been installed 3 million times, now you owe Unity 20 cents per 2.8 million installs, because the one they used is less 200,000 installs. So they would owe $560,000, and they only made $200,000. Like, it's ridiculous. Now, will it get rid of freemium games? Maybe.
I mean, is
that good
I-
though?
I don't know. Is that a good or a bad thing? Freemium games have become this whole of just microtransactions and money pits
Destinato,
for a lot of people.
we need your opinion. Should freemium games go away? You play one.
No,
Why?
because it's your choice if you want to spend money or not.
There you go. Cool. Good answer.
So, because they give you a choice, right? That makes it fine. Correct? That's what I'm understanding. Freemium games should stick around because you're given the choice if you want to actually put money into the game
Yeah.
or not.
I agree with that.
Okay. I just
Hey, you
Freemium,
and Kevin
like-
played that kitchen game.
kitchen game.
The one where you're like cook pots and pans, or like it stands for the
Overcooked?
Battle Royale game.
Oh, Cursed?
Cursed.
Ah, okay.
You guys played that. You ended
Yeah.
up putting some money in it.
I didn't put any. Kevin did.
I think Kevin did, yeah.
Yeah.
Like, obviously, there's gonna be those games that are like pushing you to spend money.
Those are
right?
gotcha games.
Some of them are better than others.
That's true.
I played one where I literally didn't have to spend a cent to get any of the highest rarity characters in the game. All they would actually put out or make you spend money for is the skins for those characters, which is all just cosmetic, right? Doesn't
Yeah.
affect any gameplay. You can literally play the game entirely without having to spend a dime, and pretty much always get what you want. That's Azure Lane. If anybody was interested,
I think my problem with the freemium stuff is it just breeds this behavior from developers. Even when you purchase a game for full price, I mean, if you take a look at Call of Duty, there's so much microtransactions in that, and people just buy into it. Like, it just, I guess it breeds bad behavior. I understand the choice is on you as the player because you don't have to buy the stuff. It's optional. It's all optional things.
What do
for
you mean by bad behavior?
So, yes.
Listen, alright? You can talk all you want about the freemium games and how BS their microtransactions are, but I'm just going to throw one game into the mix. Diablo
Yeah.
Immortal. Alright, you can continue.
Thank you, Kevin.
I mean, that's
One of the most egregious examples.
yeah.
What do you mean by bad behavior, though? Are you talking
Bad
about
behavior-
people or companies or?
the companies see that they can
Yeah.
get away with this and profit off of this, right? That breeds that essentially we get a pass, we get a scapegoat to work with now, because now we all can do this and people will buy into it, and it has worked. People have bought into it. The battle pass has died, or the season passes have died essentially. Some games still do them, not very few. And now it's all microtransactions and optional skins and cosmetics and this and that.
So
Like that
Yeah.
comes from the freemium
What?
games.
I
The Battle
understand.
Pass has died?
No, he didn't. He meant season pass.
So I meant
like-
season pass. Like all games used to do like a season pass as soon as they were like before they were even announced. Like, oh, here's a game coming. By the way, there's a season pass coming for it. Like there's still some
yeah,
games
like
that do
City
that, but, like,
Skylines 2 does it still.
it was very
Spider-Man did it in
rampant.
2018.
Yeah, it was extremely rampant a few years ago. So that has since
Still
then.
is.
I mean, it's far less prevalent now, I think.
Because those games don't come out anymore.
That's fair.
Okay,
I
let me go
guess-
through some games. You got Tiny Tina's did it. Call of
Yeah.
Duty did it. Actually,
Mhm.
wait, no. Did they have a season pass? They
No,
had some
they have-
bundle with the battle pass.
They just have a
Um,
battle pass. Yeah, season pass is like your DLC
Season
for the
pass.
game gets announced before your actual game does, or
Somehow
your,
Remnant didn't have a season pass. That was confusing.
No, I don't mind DLC. Right, DLC after the game is done
Love
and
DLC.
out, that's fine. But season passes.
Well, that's the point
were,
of a season pass.
Okay, so there's a distinct difference. It's the season pass becomes a wrong thing when it's cut content from the actual game, put into the season pass.
Like
and
Assassin's
saying,
Creed 2.
correct. That was the era of like really bad.
Yeah,
Okay,
that
you bought a game?
mid-2010s.
It was
That was the
it was an
worst.
incomplete game, and here we got to buy the season pass. That I guess I should have clarified. I'm sorry. That's what has died, and now it's just DLC, microtransactions, and a battle pass for the shooters essentially.
Now,
The shooters. Yeah, go ahead.
I think you are correct that the worst time for that shit was back in like the mid-2010s, because the greatest example I have is Assassin's Creed 2, where you're literally playing it and it's like, hey, the 2 chapters of the game are missing. Hopefully we can find them. And before the game came out, Ubisoft was like, hey, we're gonna upload 2 chapters, and it's like, you're missing 2 chapters of the fucking story. Like, what the hell are you talking about?
Hopefully we could find them.
So then they launched them like, I don't know, 6 months later. They launched one of them, and then another 6 months passed, and then they launched the other one, and they were so shit, and they cost like $15 a piece, and I bought them. God, ugh, Ubisoft one day. But I can't say that I hate spending money in the games. I'm sitting here in this Minecraft world in a PlayStation skin that I paid money for.
Did you pay money for that Kessler skin?
Yes, it's part of the PlayStation pack.
Okay.
It cost $1.99. And I think I got points though because I was spending money on a realm, and then it just was like, hey, you spent this much money on a realm, you get 2,000 gems or whatever the fuck they are that Minecraft uses. Gotta hate that. But also, I spent probably close to $160 on Little Big Planet 2 costumes, and because that game it would just put out a costume, and I'd be like, ooh, I'm gonna be a Kratos. And it's like, yeah, you can find a costume online, but the real one, that's the legit one.
Yeah.
And then there were all the DLCs and shit, and it's like, yeah, like I think DLCs are so great, and I think the best reason DLCs are great is, this is not from me, I literally just watched a video about DLCs, and it was from a developer, I don't know which one, but they were saying like DLCs usually turn out to be great because they've already worked on the game, so they know what they're doing, and now they can really hone in their skills
So
and make
yeah,
something great. And if they
The-
love it, that's why a lot of people work on a game for years after it's come out. And that only happens if people love it too.
Mm.
Horizon Forbidden West, that DLC is fucking amazing. Burning
and it's a-
Shores, it's almost better than the game. It's so
It's
good.
an extension of the game. It's not like it was cut content or something
Yeah,
like that.
it's not cut content at all. I mean, honestly, it has a better villain than the entire fucking game. But that's neither here nor there. Whatever. Sam Witwer, killer performance. I should replay
So-
that. That's fucking good. But yeah, I mean, I think freemium games, a lot of them can be shitty, but and I hate like, oh man, these people who spend like $80 in a game, like those bastards. But also, I've talked about it. If Red Dead 2 was like, hey, we're gonna put out like assassination missions or like bounty missions every month, and it costs $10 a month, I would subscribe to that. If GTA 6 comes out and they're like, hey, we know you like the Hitman missions, we're gonna work on them, and you're gonna get a few a month. It's gonna cost $2 per mission. I'd be like, well, depending on the mission, I'll look into that. Like, I hate it, but at the same time, I would totally go for it if it was for me. So, freemium games, I get why you're hesitant, but at the same time, consumers are going to consume, corporations going to corporation. So we might as well get something out of it.
Yeah, I guess.
And
I mean,
Unity's going to fucking die.
Listen again. I gave the other argument of like maybe this is a good thing for the gamers because it lets us fuck over the developers that we just don't want anymore.
No, I don't know. That's bad. I don't think that's.
I mean,
No, I know you're thinking of Ubisoft, but like, I don't. Developers get enough abuse. If you don't like a game, don't play the game. Don't talk to the developers. Don't do nothing. Just fucking move on with your life. Like,
Yeah.
there's no reason to pile on. That dude who was fucking with Bungie just lost the lawsuit. Remember how we covered that? And Kevin was like, Adam, you know law. And I'm like, I've seen a Judge Judy episode or two. Almost everything I said was correct. So, maybe, guys, I know the law.
Become a lawyer. Become my
I'm
lawyer.
not going to do that. But he can't come within, like, 1,000 feet of the office. He owes them, like, $100,000.
Well, there goes his life.
Yeah. He's a lot of things are going on with that guy. But yeah, lost the lawsuit. Because he fucking harassed the shit out of them.
Yeah.
Don't do that.
Who?
Leave game developers
Who lost the
alone.
lawsuit? I missed.
The Bungie guy, remember how we talked about that?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Everything I said about it was mostly correct. So, I'm a lawyer now, Kevin. So,
Nice.
but yeah, if you don't like a game, just leave.
Don't buy it. Yeah, I agree with you. We got any more thoughts on this Unity garbage?
I think we're good. I think we beat it to
Season
death.
passes are pretty freaking awesome. That's all I'm gonna
I
say.
agree with you, Kevin.
I really like the
If
idea
they're
of
done
season
right.
passes,
If they're done
especially
right.
For like, oh yeah.
I have to
Especially
clarify
for like
because
single player games.
I will buy a season pass, but if I'm buying a season pass for cut content that should have been in the game already,
Oh sure.
I have a problem with that. Like
That hasn't
Right.
happened in years, I don't think.
That hasn't happened in a while.
The
but, like-
most recent one would have been FF15
Uh-huh.
would have been the most recent one for that.
And did you buy that one?
I did not.
Hmm.
I
That's
did
good.
not. I had the
I have a
the
question.
collector's edition, but I didn't buy the season pass.
You have a
for it.
question, Destinato?
I have a question.
What's your question?
So how would you know if something's cut content or not? Like now?
I mean, in Assassin's Creed 2, very obvious.
Yeah, I think it most of the times it explicitly looks like it's cut content. Like this is from the middle of the game, or it could have been in the middle of the game. Like you would know if it's cut content or not. I guess is how
So
you just kind of figure it out.
So would the for RE4, let's say,
Hmm.
the DLC that's supposed to come out for that, which they haven't announced yet, would that be cut content since it was originally in the original game? It's the mercenaries characters and the
Oh,
separate
I would-
Ada story
I
Not
would-
chapter.
necessarily.
I would say
I'm
yes.
with Kevin.
I think I'm against both of you that would be a cut content.
Okay.
If it was in the original game that you could have bought back in 2000, whatever this game came out, 2004 or 5 or whatever hell it is, and now you remove it because you're giving them.
But that's only if it's paid, right? If you have to pay for it.
Yes, if it's free, it's fine.
Can I ask a question for you, Genesis?
Yes.
How come the other parts of Resident Evil 7 are not cut content from the first game then, in the remake? Because it's complete. It's incomplete then.
Resident Evil 7, like
Or
the
no,
DLC for Resident Evil?
Final Fantasy 7 remake. Sorry. Because
This
it's a
is-
remake of the first game, but it's got a lot of cut content.
Well, no, it's not a remake of the first game because this is now a different story from the first game. So it's not the same game. They're two different games.
It's called Final
guess
Fantasy
that's-
7 remake.
Huh?
It's called Final Fantasy 7 remake.
Correct, but it's not Final Fantasy 7.
Well,
so.
it might be more than
It-
just a remake, right?
It
Yeah, I
follows.
think
Isn't mostly a lot of it from Final Fantasy 7?
a lot of different changes up to the end, all the way up to the end. The
So
entire
there's
ending
there's
is
a lot of
completely different.
changes. Yeah, there's a lot of changes, but like,
This is a
why would
different
that
game now
not
because,
count?
I guess it defines it down to like, is it what type of oh god, we're gonna go back in this conversation. What type of remake, remaster, reboot, reimagine it is? If it's a remaster or a remake that is keeping the exact same story from old to new, then I guess that would be cut content. If it's
Okay.
a retelling or reimagining of the game where it's a new story to reboot for the franchise, that wouldn't be cut content in my
Got it.
definition.
Got
I
it.
guess to explain.
So Desinoto, question: Is
Mhm.
Resident Evil 4 a complete remake, or is there like new stuff and like cut content? Like, is the story any different?
That would be the question I guess I would ask
It's
too as well.
pretty much the same
Pretty much the same.
story-wise, yeah. I mean,
The only thing I think they added was just the nuances and things that they have to add because of 7 and 8.
yeah, like little story arcs were expanded upon a little more. I guess you can also say, like, as an argument, maybe the gameplay changes were also an improvement, and that could make up for the cut content.
Well, if it defined itself as a different game from the original, then that's essentially what I would look at it as. Like, if it's not trying to be the original game and it's trying to be something different, then cool. But if it's going to just be the same game and they know that this was the original game, they're going to be like, all right, well, we're going to charge you for this now and put it
Okay.
separately. I guess that's the way I would look at it.
Interesting.
I
Yeah,
mean,
the tone of the game is a little different compared to the original. It's a little more serious than the campy.
Like remake is a different story. It starts out the same, but it's a completely different story by the end. And it's not trying to be FF7. FF7 is its own thing, and FF7 remake and rebirth and whatever the third one's going to be called is essentially going to be a different, complete game and story. They're not retelling the same things. They're not trying to be the same games. This is
There
doing
will
its own
be
thing.
elements, I imagine, though, that are the same.
Yes, because they have pieces that they'll take, but this is a completely different story because it's two different timelines now of the game. One timeline, because this game recognizes that FF7 happened. Like this remake will recognize that the original timeline happened, so it knows what it's coming from, and this is a different story now.
Interesting. Kevin, you've been clamoring to say something.
well, like, there's not any one way you could define, hey, here's the season passes that are scummy, or whatever the hell word you want to use.
Mhm.
Because, like, it's going to vary wildly from game to game. And also, you got to see what they come out with. Like, I'm assuming the cut content from Resident Evil 4 is Mercenaries. Look, Mercenaries in the original Resident Evil 4, there was, like, very little on offer. If they're charging for Mercenaries and it becomes this thing that's, like, almost an entirely second game experience, then why not charge for it? You made it even better than it was. You made a ton more content for it. Blah blah blah. Final Fantasy VII Remake. I would never buy this game because I hate this. That companies can do this freaking pricing shit that they do. Not pricing, marketing shit that they do. I hated it with StarCraft 2. If you're gonna make a game, release the game. Don't make a game in 3 parts and charge me 3 separate times for it. Hello? No. Um, but in their defense, is it a giant game? It's an absolutely massive game. Another reason why I would never play this game. When the hell does this game actually fucking end?
Never.
But like season passes in general, I really like season passes. The idea behind them is really cool. It's really good because the game developer is basically like, hey, you could buy our game, $60, $70, whatever the hell, or you could spend like $30 more. And we already know that we have like 2 DLCs, maybe a third plan that this season pass will just give you for free. And that developer is like, all right, we'll put this out there. We'll get like 30% or so of the sales. We'll buy it. We'll go straight to that because they're like, oh yeah, I'm getting it cheaper. Who knows how much cheaper? Maybe you're not even getting it cheaper, but you got them. And that developer gets a little bit more extra money to help pay people while they develop those things, and they put them out, and they make more money off people who are buying them piecemeal. There you
Yep.
go.
I'll tell you, in support of what Genesis was saying about like the shitty ones. I don't know. It's not so much as cut content, but I hate when a developer puts out a season pass for a game, and then they announce new DLC and they announce a new season pass.
There's like more than one season pass. Yeah.
I
That-
hate
I don't
that.
mind that.
The Naruto game that I played, the fighting game, they did that 3 times over. Dragon Ball Fighters, all the fighting games do that. Every single one of them do that.
Well, there's a reason for that.
Well, because it's more characters. It's characters in
Yeah,
season pass
because-
1,
well,
and season 2, and season 3.
They can also, well, okay, I might be wrong on this because I don't really follow fighting games, but I would imagine their marketing team can be like, hey guys, here's the season 2 trailer. Here's what you can expect. You want to buy this all as one lump sum? Here you go.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
if you know what you're walking into, that's your decision.
Yeah, you're not wrong with that.
If a developer was just like, hey man, season 2 battle pass, and everybody's like, what? Or season 2 pass, everybody's like, what the fuck is it? How much DLC are you making? Is it only 1? Is it 4? Like, what's going on?
I think to Adam's point, it's scummy when they could have just put it in one giant season pass and you pay for it one time, but instead you paid for the season pass and then all of a sudden they announce more content and you pay for another season pass and then they announce more content and you pay for another one, essentially. Not really characters, but like, oh, you could have just put this in one season pass and charged me whatever, a bundle deal for it, and I would have probably gladly paid for it because I want more of the game. But instead you decided to drag it on, and now I have to buy multiple season passes and fork over probably more money than it would have been just to get a bundle deal from you.
Yeah, a
What
good
about, like,
example.
Destiny?
Oh, what about Destiny?
Like when like it's had, I mean the first game had like what, like 3 or 4 season passes.
Yeah, Destiny 1 had like 4 season passes, I think.
And then 2 had
We're on season
Probably-
pass like 13 or 14 now, I think.
It's every season pass is that year. It's basically a year pass.
Is it a year pass now? Oh
More
yeah,
or
no,
less.
they introduced the year
Because
pass now. I forgot.
they do however many seasons, 3, 4 per.
I'm gonna throw this out and say Destiny 2 has not been out 13 years, right?
No, I'm
I
talking.
don't know if it's been like that the whole time.
Okay.
No,
the time I'm aware.
The annual pass came at very recently, which I mean in the last year it's come up. The seasons have been like every couple of months or so, like every, I don't know if they go by quarters or they go by.
Well, that's what I did with Lightfall. Was I got the annual because I was like, well, if I enjoy this, now I have access to all the seasons that are happening this year.
Yeah,
Cool.
yeah. Back
it's
before that. Before that annual thing, you'd have to buy like with Shadowkeep and Forsaken and you have to buy the seasons separately. And there at this point they've been like in the double digits of seasons individually.
Yeah.
Okay. So I don't think there's issues with that. I don't know. Maybe it's because I don't play them, but it doesn't sound too bad. I thought of two games. One
Yeah.
where it might be a gray area, and another where I hate it. The first one is City Skylines. If you're new to that game, you can buy Season Pass 1 and 2, and Season Pass 1 comes with all the DLCs that came out within the first, 4 years of that game being out. And Season Pass 2 comes with all the DLC that came out within, the past, I want to say 4 years as well?
Mhm.
Yeah. But if you're a newbie going to buy that game, and you see comes with Season Pass 1, it's like, okay. Comes with Season Pass 2, and it lists the DLCs, but then you can get the Mayor's Pack, which includes 6 of the DLCs, not all 8. Actually, I think there's 10. So the 2 Season Passes don't include all of the DLC, but there's not a third Season Pass for the other 2 DLCs because it's not full enough for a Season Pass.
Okay.
So you can get Season Pass 1, Season Pass 2, the 2 DLCs by themselves. Then you can get the Mayor Edition, which comes with the first 8, I think, packs, or the first 7 packs. It's something really weird. And then there's also all these other editions, like maybe you want the green pack of City Skylines, and that comes with all the green DLC and a couple of the sports ones. Or maybe you want this bundled with the European DLC. It gets so confusing. And
I
that
guess
one is a little gray for me, where I'm
this'll-
like, I hate it, but at the same time, thank you for supporting your game for so long. But if somebody comes in this brand new, they're going to be fucking lost.
The solution to that, I guess, would just be a theoretical Ultimate Edition, right? An Ultimate, because I know games do that. where-
Ultimate Edition came to console and to PC, and then 5 more DLC released.
Oh well, that doesn't make any sense.
It-
That defeats the purpose.
They just kept supporting the game, man. I don't know.
Right,
Then they were
but if
like,
you-
I guess we'll
so-
make a second. I don't
So
know.
here's the thing: if you buy, okay, so this is a thing that I think should be a practice, but I don't think is anywhere. Essentially, if you buy let's just call it for all intents and purposes the Ultimate Edition of a game, right? Whether it's future planned or it's already pre-planned content, you should have access to it because you're paying for the Ultimate Edition. Isn't that what that is supposed to mean? So okay,
It's
they
the
made
Ultimate
a-
Edition of that time period, I think, is what
That-
that's supposed to mean.
Yeah, and that's a stupid thing given the way it is now. If you can charge more for the Ultimate Edition. I'm not saying keep it the same price. You want to charge more for the Ultimate Edition, but that should grant you pre-planned and post-planned, future plan that they're not sure. It's just literally in just planning stages right now. They're not even sure if they want to put it out. The ones they've already released are going to be part of the Ultimate Edition, and anything forward, you will automatically be guaranteed. Kind of like how Destiny does it. Like with the annual pass, it's like, all right, whatever comes in these seasons, you get it. You're going to get Lightfall if you buy the annual pass. Whatever comes afterwards, you'll get it up to X date.
Yeah. That would be nice.
And more games should do that.
But also, how much you willing to pay without things promised? Here's $100 for the Ultimate Edition. Things will come. Eventually, maybe more will come. Then you're trying to, if you're the developer, you're like, okay, not a lot of people are playing this, so we're going to put out one DLC, fuck them.
Well, then that was, I guess, my choice that I bought it, right?
Yeah.
It goes back to the choice
Yeah.
of the gamers.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
it always comes down to the choice of the gamers.
Yeah,
The other game that I'm going to use, and Genesis, you'll be very happy. It's Assassin's Creed Valhalla. Because
Oh,
I
what,
think
their
this
Dawn
is
of
the worst
Ragnarok
one.
DLC?
Yeah, because they announced a season pass, and that people got really mad at them for this because with that season pass, it said you will get every single DLC for free, or it's included with this. But then when they announced Dawn of the Ragnarok, they were like, "It's too big. We're gonna sell it separately for as much as a season pass."
Yeah.
So then they did, and then they put out more content, and then they bundled that with Season Pass 2. And I'm like, I don't like this. Now that one I don't like. That one infuriated me, and I still don't
I
own Dawn of
think-
Ragnarok because some
I-
stupid bullshit piece of shit.
I think Ubisoft is the most notorious one for doing that. They do that with They did that with Division 2. They did that with Assassin's Creed.
Yeah, Ubisoft is the season pass people.
Yeah, they're the ones who are still one of the only ones.
Certain parts.
Huh?
Only certain parts of Ubisoft. Rainbow Six Siege just had no issues.
That's
Why,
fair.
everything
Yeah,
that came out in the first
yeah.
year. Here's first year. Here's
yeah.
second
They
year.
just have year
Here's
passes.
third year.
Yeah, they're
They
they're
all
more
come out
honest and
retroactively,
upfront.
actually.
Yeah,
Actually, no,
they're-
that's not true. I think they were retroactive for 1 and 2, and then you could buy them ahead. Something like that. I don't remember.
Yeah, they're more upfront with that to say, okay, this is what you're gonna get with it. Year 1, year 2, year 3. You're unsure with Assassin's Creed, even with Far Cry, with the Division, even The Crew. God, what else? What other garbage games these people have?
I mean, Ubisoft is trying to turn all their single player games into live service games.
Good luck to you. Hope you go bankrupt, you bitch asses.
Whoa.
I didn't threaten them. I
That
just
Star
said
Wars
hope you
game
go
looks good
bankrupt.
though.
Yeah, it does. I'm so ready.
Ah, wee.
You can see
If
me
there's a season
visually
pass,
just
I'm
nodding
buying
my
it
head.
immediately.
Gavin, me too.
Fucking garbage.
We'll be playing it passes.
Do you want to explore Tatooine? You can explore
Why are they
Tatooine.
French now?
It's
Montreal?
Ubisoft. They're all French.
Are they?
Yves Guillemot is literally their CEO, a Frenchman.
Okay.
Kevin, what
Oh,
happened to you?
What? There's Ubisoft, there's Ubisoft Montreal, there's Ubisoft Paris, there's Ubisoft.
Kevin,
God
they're all
knows where else.
French.
Cameroon, I don't know.
They're like, we. We're from Georgia.
Georgia.
Made in Georgia.
Made in Georgia.
Oh man,
Made
remember that day
in
when
Georgia.
I was
I remember,
in
Kevin.
Georgia, and you were like, "No, Kevin."
No, Kevin, that's not it.
Then we found out there was like 5 different ones based on what the media was.
Way too many.
Anyway,
So we beat this topic to death. Let me take us in a different direction
I don't
here.
remember the original topic.
It was the Unity stuff.
No, it was
Oh,
Unity,
yeah,
but
yeah.
then we moved on to just season passes.
Yeah.
Yep.
So let me talk about Embracer Group here.
Oh, God.
This is a report coming out as of yesterday. Embracer Group is considering putting Gearbox for sale. Following this, Gearbox's CEO, CCO, had sent an email out to staff regarding the possible sale of Gearbox. So it says the base is that Gearbox remains a part of Embracer. However, there are many options under consideration, including Gearbox's transfer, taking Gearbox independent, and others. Ultimately, we'll move ahead with whichever path is best for both Gearbox and Embracer. Nothing has
what?
been decided yet, but there will be a lot of speculation in the coming weeks.
What?
I am already calling this. If they sell Gearbox, right? If Embracer, so also Embracer's definitely downsizing. They're about to hit the next downsize for corporations on the
They've
list.
been downsizing.
Yeah, well, they've been buying, and then now they're downsizing. They bought a bunch. I mean, they just spent so much money to buy a bunch of stuff, and now they're going to be downsizing. So
Kevin
stupid.
finally reached his evolution peak. He snapped, he crackled, now he popped.
The first person on this list, or the first company on this list that's going to be looking for a Gearbox, I think is Sony.
Not
Sony's
me.
going to buy them.
Oh, Microsoft.
Microsoft's not going to buy them. They're still trying
What?
to close the Activision and be done with it. They're not going to buy them now.
Ooh,
They just put
interesting.
another deal down.
I understand, but I think they had already, and I think they had already said previously that until Activision is done, they're not looking at buying or solidifying anything at this point. Once Activision is done, they'll go back to buying. But Sony's in the process of saying we're looking at, and we want to expand. We want to buy more. We are consistently looking as of
I just
right
bought
now.
something.
What'd they buy?
That headphone thing.
Yeah, that's Sony Audio. Game PlayStation. I'm talking
That
about.
that money is all of Sony.
Yes, I know. PlayStation is looking to acquire more as well.
I wouldn't buy Gearbox if I was PlayStation.
Why? It's an RPG.
Not
It's
a good one.
Still, regardless, you
It's
can
a shooter
you-
looter.
correct. It's a
I
shooter
don't know.
looter RPG.
Shooter.
Yeah, that's it. Thank you.
Yeah,
Um,
shooter. Sorry, shooter looter.
Yeah, I'm like shooter looter sounds real dumb. What the hell? I don't think that's right.
No, it's looter shooter.
I don't know who this appeals to under the Sony umbrella. Like, I don't know why they would be like Gearbox synonymous with PlayStation. It just doesn't seem like one that's PlayStation centric.
Okay.
PlayStation
And what-
usually buys someone who they've worked with for years, or like they bought Destiny because they wanted Bungie.
The live service that Bungie knows. how
Yeah,
to
they
do.
wanted that, and also Destiny is huge on PlayStation.
Mhm.
Like, was Borderlands 3 even as successful as 2 or 1?
I think the overall franchise has been successful for them. Tiny Tina's Wonderland has been successful.
Has it though?
The Borderlands franchise is still a profitable franchise.
But is it though?
Let's see here. I'm looking it up.
There's another
VG
game that
charts.
Gearbox does as well. Just came out recently, I think.
Gearbox was bought for 1.3 million by Embracer back in
Billion.
2021. Yeah.
I think billion, yeah, not million.
Oh, did I say million? Okay,
I believe so.
billion. Yeah, 1.3 billion. Embracer bought them for. So if they're selling them, they'll probably sell it for, I don't know, around the same or less.
2023, 18 million copies for Borderlands 3. Game's way bigger than I thought, if I'm honest.
Yeah, they also do the Aliens franchise as well.
Battleborn.
Oh, guys, it's made on Unreal Engine 4.
What?
It's made on Unreal. Oh, Unreal. Never mind. I'm sorry. I'm stupid.
Unity.
I
Yeah.
was like,
The-
what? Hello?
Yeah.
Get the
okay.
U's, guys. It's the U.
It's okay. It's okay.
It confuses me.
You're fine.
It goes down and around.
Kevin, it's now. I meant there's other. Also, other than Sony not buying them, I don't see why Sony would buy them. I could see, I don't know, Tencent,
I don't
or
know
that,
about
who's that Saudi Arabian group that backed out of the Embracer deal? That's why they decided to like kill half their studios. I could see them buying them.
So they also do Homeworld.
I could also see them
Gearbox?
going independent.
I don't know if they can sustain themselves like that, but
They sold
big, but,
18 million copies of a game. I think they'll be
Sure.
okay.
yeah, sure.
Weren't they independent before they were bought by Embracer Group?
I thought they were under the
They were
umbrella of
under
2K.
Frisco.
What the fuck is
no, that's-
Frisco?
It's a Frisky game company.
You okay, man?
I thought 2K
No,
had them.
They were
That's
they were
where they're
based in
from.
Frisco, Texas. That's the city.
Oh, that's where you got that from. I believe 2K published their games. I don't think they were owned by 2K, though.
Oh God, that's right. Gearbox also does Risk of Rain.
Oh yeah, they do. Let me see.
Their revenue is 184 million. I think they're okay.
So they were under. They were under.
I don't think they're under anybody.
I'm pretty sure they were independent.
Employee-owned company.
Yeah. And then in 2021, they were bought by Embracer. So yeah, they were independent.
Since 1999.
So February 16th, my mom's birthday. Crazy.
I'm giving birth to them.
My mom gave birth to them. That's the story of my mom. I don't know if I don't know.
Anybody
I don't
else?
know.
Honestly, you know
what is
what?
it? Yeah, go
No,
ahead.
here's a wild idea. Here's
Alright,
a
look.
wild idea. All
Ooh,
right.
Godfall. Uh
No. Godfall. Oh my God,
oh.
shut up, Kevin.
Gearbox said that one.
Gearbox gets sold or whatever from Embracer Group, right? And
Sure.
then Valve swoops in and is like, "Yo, come
Oh,
on
Half-Life
back.
3.
Half-Life 3, Opposing Forces sequel." Uh-huh.
So you're thinking Valve might. So some of the speculation
Valve's done
on
a
the
lot of work with Gearbox.
yeah.
I
yeah,
just don't think they're looking to be publishers of games really, as much as they used to be.
some of the feedback from the Reddit thread that I was looking at that, and a lot of people are saying 2K or Take-Two.
Yeah, they could. I mean,
might
they're
come in and take them.
they're kind of going through some shit right now too, but
Some
because
people saying,
GTA 5 stopped making them money, so they're like, we need to make more money.
yeah. There's another one people said on there.
THQ.
Sorry. No. Valve.
Oh
somebody
God,
mentioned
I
Valve.
fucking hope not, THQ.
Another one.
Tencent,
I don't know about Tencent.
the Saudi
Tencent
Arabian
buys
company.
everybody.
Who's the Fortnite
Amazon.
people?
Elon Musk.
Who's the Oh Jesus! Who's the Fortnite people?
That's Epic Games.
Epic Games buys them.
Yeah, that's
Ooh, that
a
could be-
good guess.
that could
That's
be.
a good guess.
It's what I was originally thinking, but you guys kept saying Embracer and the E's. They threw me. I forget other words if they
That
have the
one
same
goes-
starting letter.
That one goes to the right and around. Really, it's just letters that go around.
Kevin! Oh, you little rascal!
Man, you must really love a Q.
Love a Q. Not a lot of words with Q. Favorite word with
You'd
Q?
be surprised.
Q.
Uh-huh.
I love Qing.
Trump right now?
It's essentially-
No, like getting in a line, Kevin. Getting in a line.
Oh.
No, I don't love Q. I don't love that Q.
Essentially, it's like Valve, Sony, or Take-Two. Sony
I
because
disagree
they need an
with-
FPS.
Honestly, Sony, I don't hate as much as I did. After looking through their games and stuff, I don't
They
hate
need
it
an
as much.
FPS.
They have a good relationship.
Then an FPS.
They have an FPS.
That's not the FPS they would need.
Which FPS do they have?
They have like 9 deals with studios going on right now that are FPS based. So I think
Yeah.
they're going to be okay on FPS.
Yeah, no, we don't have an FPS.
Also,
right
they
now.
have Call
That's
of
not-
Duty. So
They don't have Call of Duty.
yeah, they do for the foreseeable future.
Oh my god.
And I can't see next year.
Good. Yeah.
You can't see next year?
He's blind. He can't
Kevin,
see
don't
anything
describe it.
past-
Don't you fucking dare describe it. I swear to God.
Alright, guys, get ready for another blizzard. That's why Adam
Oh,
can't see
Lord.
next year yet.
Oh, Blizzard! I'm going to get an M&M one.
Okay.
Ooh.
Made that joke
Well-
with my mom. She was like, "Oh, we have to do this on Christmas Eve." I'm like, "Which day?"
Yeah, but-
which Christmas Eve? I just treated it as a longer Christmas Eve when the blizzard came through.
I don't remember last year.
Oh, I'm sorry.
He's blind. He doesn't remember anything.
That's not how blindness works.
That's how flashbangs work. Flashbang. It's so bright I can't hear.
I mean, it is ringing every time one of those goes off in a game, so.
Okay, so let's move on to another topic here.
Oh, hold on, real quick. Very funny, Kevin. No news this week.
Yeah, there's no news. I don't know what you're talking about.
2 things you've reacted to going, what?
Can we get 3? Can we get 3 whats?
Ooh.
So Valve closed their doors.
Oh my god, I would. Oh, the next noise you would hear is my freaking balcony door sliding open and just a thud.
Oh no!
Kevin, we've talked about this before. The height wouldn't kill you.
I'll make it work.
Maybe if he lands on his head.
I could do
I don't.
that.
I honestly don't think. I don't think you
I
have
could
to
also
stand.
eat myself in a tree.
That tree will break your fall.
Only sideways.
Oh wow, the tree broke his fall. No, he's impaled on it. What the fuck? How did he get impaled sideways? Oh, he yeeted himself. That Kevin.
The cops come, they're like, how the fuck?
How did he die? Wood poisoning.
Wood poisoning. Anyway,
That's how my father went.
what's the third what? I'm ready.
So there have been talks of two different shows happening this week. A couple of rumors by Jeff Grubb talking about, and Jez Corden actually as well, talking about a Nintendo Direct happening this week. That'll be focused around their 2024 games. I know they just had a.
Oh, don't get too excited.
They,
Hey guys, Metroid Dread still coming.
uh,
You're like,
They
what?
just had
Metroid Dread already came out.
No.
Metroid Dread Remake? It's coming out next year. The only Metroid game to release in this decade. No!
No.
this is, I don't know how happy this
We're remaking Metroid Other M.
Yeah, he might not be happy listening to the rest of this. So there's a Nintendo Direct that is potentially thinking about sometime this week. I mean, we're already on Tuesday, so I don't know if this is going to hold up. Obviously,
They could announce it on Wednesday and do it Thursday. They've done that
correct.
before.
Yeah, I've seen both Sony and Nintendo do that.
Yeah,
So
yeah. Sony usually in September, real quick,
Yeah.
they will announce it like on a Thursday and then do it next Thursday. In September, if it's a big one. And I think it's towards the end of September because that's usually when their update comes and that's usually when the show happens.
So,
I predicted one of these before, I'll do it again.
I know. Nintendo's Direct is essentially, according to a couple of different rumors I've read on here, going to be talking about the Peach game, talking about a Falcon game. Yeah, I was gonna say something else. A Captain Falcon game. I
wonder if he'll kick.
There is a Metroid rumor going around right now. They didn't.
Hold my hand, Desunoto. Hold my hand. Stay with us.
So here's the shittiest part about it, though. The Metroid rumor that's going around currently is that nobody's aware of what the rumor, like what game the rumor is talking about. It's just a Metroid rumor because there's two different things that can potentially happen. With the rumor of the Switch 2 dev kits going out, it could be Prime 2 remastered that they're talking about. It could be Prime 4, but if it's Prime 4 is most likely not coming on the Switch. It's going to be coming to the Switch 2, since Switch 2 dev kits have already been sent to developers. That's another rumor.
Probably be on both.
I don't think so. I think they're moving forward with Switch 2 to put it on there. It could be on both.
It's Nintendo. It'll be on both.
I mean, yeah, they've done. You know what? Probably they've done that, especially with the Breath of the Wild. They did that actually. Not Breath
It'll
of the Wild.
be on. Breath of the Wild's gonna be on Switch 2.
No, Breath of the Wild was on Wii U and Switch. Yeah,
Yeah,
they've done that in
and
the past,
wasn't that the game played at the demo rumored?
Yep.
Yeah, Switch 2 as well then.
Yeah.
Breath of the Wild, never die.
So sucks. If it's gonna be on both, that means it's not gonna take the power of the one, or and also you bought a Switch for Metroid Prime 4.
Desunoto's come to speak with you again.
It'll be essentially, it's rumored to be as powerful as a PS4 and Xbox One.
Oh yeah, okay, I'm sure.
So that's what no DLSS, but it's going to be as powerful as a
Wait,
PS4.
PS4?
Yeah, PS4.
Oh, Nintendo, you're so funny.
Yeah.
I hope it has a Nintendogs.
Um,
And it's
So
really
that's-
real looking.
Hurry up
That's-
and do a massive remake of Super Metroid. Go.
That's the Nintendo rumor. The Sony rumor is a little bit different because there's a Sony Direct that they're planning.
Can we talk
Um,
for a second about the Nintendo one?
Okay. Yeah, go ahead.
Switch 2, is it backwards compatible, you think?
No.
And they're gonna keep the cartridges, so I think yes.
I think yes as well. I think it's going to be a Switch and a Switch 2.
It'll be able to play. It's kind of like the DS or the 3DS. The original 3DS played DS games, DS Lite games, DSi games.
They got to
and
be able
3DS
to
games.
shrink that Switch down at this point, because that Switch came out 35 years ago, it feels like.
Yeah, they'll probably be able to make like a bezel-less design now.
I don't know what
Since
that
they have-
means.
They'll be able to shrink the black borders around the screen and make it bigger, and then give you better controllers. Because there was a patent filed for new Joy-Cons, like a Joy-Con 2.
Now, how upsetting would this be? Also, that Joy-Con 2, I hope that rumor is true, that it's magnetic.
Yeah, that's what
I hope it's true because there's third-party controllers that use magnets, and it literally eliminates stick drift. And Microsoft and Sony, it's like the worst offense they've done with stick drift. And if Nintendo adopts magnetic controllers, Sony and Microsoft will eventually adopt them because they've always copied Nintendo. Because that's literally what the big three do, copy each other forever. So, here's hoping. Also,
Thank God
very
nobody
funny.
copies Skyrim.
Kevin, Skyrim's going to be on Switch too, don't worry.
Skyrim coming to a refrigerator near you.
Great commercial.
Any other thoughts on the
It was
Nintendo
in
Direct?
Donkey's video actually, but you know.
Yeah,
It was
wasn't
also in the Keegan Michael Key Bethesda commercial that they did during their E3.
Oh, nice.
That's what he was referencing, Kevin. So
Got
please
it.
don't correct me.
I'll correct you.
I will
and I'll get it
suck
wrong
you
again.
off.
Good.
I'll come over and I'll just.
Oh God.
I'll fucking do it. Ask Genesis, he knows.
Yeah, he will. He doesn't lie. He makes threats and he'll do it.
I got a grapefruit and a banana. Guess which one I'll use, baby? Both.
All right. So the next thing is the Sony showcase or.
Oh, hold on. That's what I was going to
Oh, you know what? Well, it's pertaining to the Sony stuff.
Oh, then
Okay.
continue, Genesis.
They've had a state of play or showcase every September since 2019.
They didn't have one last
Guaranteed
year.
at this point.
Didn't
They did.
I don't think they did.
a
They
state
had a
of.
September state of play.
They did have a September state of play.
2022.
Last year?
Yeah,
with
they did.
Stellar Blade, Rise of the Ronin, Tekken 8.
He's right. They did have that.
Ah,
Like
shit,
a
I forgot about
dragon.
that.
Yeah. So I think it's safe to say that it's pretty confirmed. Just when is the question, right?
So, and I don't know if this is also another trend, but essentially this state of play is looking like it's going to be very Asian centric via 4 different things that have popped up on the gaming lease and
Okay,
rumors.
question about that. Is it you saying that, or is that
No,
like
there's-
somebody else
there's-
saying that?
There's like 4 different rumors that people are thinking it's an Asian centric one.
Well, okay, I have to talk about that because that bothers me because I don't care about the Asian centric stuff. I'm sure they're going to be great games, but we've had an Asian centric state of play every time we've had a state of play recently. Every single one has been Asian centric.
There are bigger games coming.
Hey, where's the Sony games? I don't want an Asian-centric state of play. I want a Sony state of play.
They're not ready yet.
Come on!
We'll get a showcase for that. They're not ready yet.
I don't like it.
So the reason why Asian centric is coming up is two different tweets have been recently deleted. One was a Stellar Blade one that came out saying to wishlist now, and what better time to go and get Stellar Blade wishlisted on your PlayStation 5. That was posted by PlayStation DE, I believe. So I think that's Dutch.
Oh, it was
Denmark?
2021 I was thinking of. They didn't have a
No.
state of play in
Keep trying.
September.
You got this. DE, come on.
DE.
You got this. Big
uh,
country. There's a gaming convention held here.
Germany!
There we go.
wow. Okay, I didn't use
With
my
the
brain.
silent DE at the beginning of Germany.
Right, of course.
Because of Deutschland.
Kevin,
Deutschland.
we all knew that, but it was funny.
He didn't.
I didn't know that, so.
See? I knew
That's
it.
why you should have went with the silent DE in front of Germany. Germany!
The other tweet that was recently deleted was Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, a very similar tweet of like, hey, it's a perfect time to go and wishlist Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. Get ready for the second game of this epic saga that's happening. That was deleted almost the same day that it was posted. I don't remember which PlayStation branch posted that, but it was a PlayStation branch. The leak for September extras, half of the extras are Asian games, considering it's Nier Replicant. It's there's the two other Asian games and I can't remember. I have it right here. Where are you, Steve? Hold on. Fill time for me real quick. Hang on a second.
The state of play it didn't happen in 2021 in September. It happened
They
in
had a
October.
showcase then.
Yeah, they had a state of play in October though.
Yes.
It showed a case.
But every September they've done something
They've done
for
something.
the past 4 years.
Okay.
And the dates, okay.
Are
Are
ready.
like right in the middle.
2019 was the 24th. Okay. 2020 was the 16th. 2021 was the 13th or
Okay,
9th.
Oh,
Yeah, and then 2022 was the 13th.
so
20th,
tomorrow,
got
guys,
it.
it's happening.
We're right around the corner.
Yeah, I know. We always talk about Genesis, and I always talk about the state of play or some Sony thing happens in September. My one great prediction was I literally called the exact date of it, and Genesis owed me Chinese. That was great. Remember that? Good times.
I did. So the
You're so excited.
PlayStation, I know. The PS Plus extra games, half of it being Asian Nier Replicant, Star Ocean, The Divine Force, and 13 Sentinels, Aegis Rim.
I want to clarify. I hope that Asian games are there. I just don't want it to be centric.
So here is
Show
the
me
last-
everything.
Here's the last
Concentric.
part of the prediction here. Everybody it seems to be conspiring that this
Fire, Jesus.
this state of play is going to be a Spider-Man's focused state of play with the Asian games coming in as the additional time. So like there'll be a segment for
Ooh.
Spider-Man, and then you'll have all the other Asian games because Spider-Man's right around the corner. This is what
I
Sony
think
does.
that
They
is
always-
a terrible idea.
This is what they always do. with their
The
games
only
coming
reason
out.
I think that's a terrible idea, nobody's going to leave that conference talking about any other game other than Spider-Man. Unless you're not interested in Spider-Man. Then you're probably not watching that state of play.
Well, if you look at their track record so far, Sony's been trying to cater to multiple audiences in a state of play or a showcase. They don't
Yeah, I
ever
mean-
focus on like one. So if you got the Asian centric games, so you got Stellar Blade, you got Dragon Ball Z Budokai Tenkaichi 4, you have Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, you have whatever other Asian game, Rise of the Ronin.
I wouldn't even
whatever
say
you have
Final
there.
Fantasy VII Rebirth is Asian-centric.
I mean, it's a Japanese game.
What do you mean when you say Asian-centric?
The Japanese or the Korean or the Chinese games will
Do you mean
essentially show up there.
Asian-centric developed?
I guess, yeah. Am I using the terminology incorrectly?
Because I would say it's like the audience, and I would say Final Fantasy VII Remake is a very Westernized game, or Rebirth, whatever it's called.
A lot of the Westerners like to play it, but I guess I'm talking about the Eastern developers are here in this
Got it.
state of play. I guess
Got
I
it,
should
got
say
it.
that instead. Sorry, I'll clarify.
No, you're good.
This is a more Eastern developer focused state of play, along with Spider-Man.
I would love
So-
to see Stellar Blade for you.
God.
Rebirth, I think there's no point. We could show it at the Game Awards. Since we already know it's not coming and nobody's going to remember it. I mean, people will definitely remember it, don't get me wrong. But why take away from Spider-Man?
Spider-Man.
I think that's why I'm like, I think you have to show Wolverine.
No, Wolverine would be at the showcase. This is essentially, if we're gonna think about
What the
this,
fuck
the way
is a
Sony's.
showcase?
I don't know. So
we just
this
had
is
one in May.
this is going to be for the next 6 to 8 months what they're trying to release, right? So Spider-Man's going to be the star of the show because that's coming in October. If we're looking at Rise of the
I
Ronin,
don't need to see more Spider-Man, I'll be honest.
if we're looking at, I mean, we said that about what was the one game that they showed, and we're like, we don't need to see any more of this.
Deathloop.
Well, there was
Yeah.
Horizon, maybe?
Yeah, like they did that state of play focus. Well, no, that was a good state of play focus on Horizon because that was
Those
the
are
first
great.
big. That was the first big one that we saw. There was another one they recently did, and we're like, why are we seeing more of this when a game comes out like soon?
They do that all the time.
They always do that. That's a Sony thing. So Stellar Blade essentially would either be Q4 2023 or Q1 2024. Same thing with Rebirth. Same thing with Rise of Ronin. Same thing with Budokai Tenkaichi 4. Because those are essentially their big Eastern developer focused games that have appeared previously at the showcase or the state of play. Then you have Spider-Man essentially to round off the show to say, hey, get ready, get hyped, get ready for Spider-Man.
Terrible show.
And be prepared.
I would hate that show.
It would be like a 20-minute. It's not going to be a long one. I would think it's going to be a 20 to 25-minute show. That's all it's going to be. Like,
That's
it's
usually
not
what
going to be
state
any
of
longer.
plays are, yeah.
Right. So if that's what they're gonna, that's essentially that's getting them ready for the Q1 and Q2 of next year, and then they have a showcase essentially in.
So it's
June
getting
or
them
May.
ready for Q2 of next year, but like, not really.
I mean, they have Stellar Blade, they have Rebirth, and they have whatever other.
I mean,
Japanese games
Rebirth
coming out.
is the main one, I would say. Other than Spider-Man this year, and then Rebirth is their main one early next year,
Correct.
which is what they're relying on. With the other games, I don't think those are. I think they would just be lost between Rebirth and Spider-Man.
Although they have, I mean, they released those in the term of Q1 and Q2. I don't know when.
I think they would be lost in the show.
Oh, I mean,
Like
yeah, but
people would be like, "Yo, that looks Stellar Blade. That cake still looks good," but like that game looks cool. A fucking Rebirth. Oh my god, it's fucking Spider-Man. Oh my god. And then after the show, they'd be like, "What did you see?" And be like, "Spider-Birth."
So I agree with you on that, and that's the entire justification Sony would have for that, because when they throw those big names around to try and gather attention on whatever show or state of play they're providing, it's usually like only, as their history has been so far, it's usually been like one or two only, and the rest of the show has things that people are interested in.
That's why I think you need one big title and a bunch of smaller ones. Little Devil Inside, baby, it's coming back.
I don't know where the hell that game is.
Goodbye Volcano High 2, baby, it's coming back.
Any thoughts on the state of play?
I don't need to see more Spider-Man. And if you put out a state of play, I will watch it immediately. So please don't do that because I don't want to see more Spider-Man. I already have it pre-ordered twice, maybe. I don't know. We'll still find out. I don't
Pre-order me.
care to see more of Rebirth or Stellar Blade. I hope we do see Stellar Blade just for you, Desonato.
Yes.
For the cake.
He's not gonna even buy the damn game. He
It's
just
for the
wants
cake.
The damn cake.
It's for the cake, man. And also, I meant to say Genesis, but I rolled with it because I'm cool like that. Now, I do want to. I want to see it for you, but also, I'm worried that it will just be delayed.
As long as you tell me it's coming out sometime, I just want to see it come out.
Hey guys, it's coming out sometime.
Just
put that in a fucking blog post. Don't
give me a
don't give me a
quarter. Give me a year. I'm okay with that. Just don't just say coming soon.
2026.
Coming.
I know that.
Desonato will be. You know what I mean? Rule 34, baby. We're sending each other links. Hell yeah. Anyways, I don't know. I just like, yeah, Stellar Blade, cool. Rebirth, again, save it for the Game Awards. Give Jeff Keighley something.
Square Enix has not shown their big hitters, I think, at the Game Awards. They show it at the Summer Games Fest.
Didn't the one literally end? Yeah, Summer Games Fest literally ended with.
Yeah.
That's a Jeff Keighley show.
Yeah. I'm saying they don't show it. Yeah, they don't show it at the Game Awards. They show it at the Summer Games Fest. They don't show it at
Summer Games Fest and Game Awards are both run by Jeff Keighley. The only one that's not is the one that happened like a couple weeks ago.
I understand that. I'm just saying they prefer to show off their games during the Summer Games Fest. They don't particularly show it off during the Winter Show, is what I'm saying. I don't remember FF7 Remake or Rebirth coming up on any of the winter shows for Jeff Keighley's show.
Interesting.
I know they came up in Summer Games Fest. I know they came up in Summer Games Fest multiple times. 16 showed up there, 7 Rebirth and 7 Remake showed up there as well.
Yeah, I don't know.
I think that they just don't do things in the wintertime. I think they really rely on the summer.
So in 2019, Final Fantasy VII Remake had a trailer at the Game Awards.
Oh, then I stand correct.
So there's that.
You led me on.
Yeah. I was only agreeing because I was like, I'm gonna look this up before I actually fully agree. So I do see that's the only one I found in my very light Google search.
Oh, okay, that's fine.
But and that was just Final Fantasy VII Remake I looked up. I didn't look up any other Square Enix game.
Okay.
So I don't know if they showed off other things. But I think Rebirth is big enough to have a spot at the Game Awards and fucking dominate. I know Microsoft has increased their presence too.
16 was the game I was thinking about that Sony showed right before it came out. In the May
showcase,
they showed right before it was coming out in June, and we're like, what the fuck?
You are correct, yes. Yeah, It was that one.
Yeah, that's the one.
But I honestly think Final Fantasy VII Rebirth should be at the Game Awards because it's just, we're still so far away. What are they going to show now? Like, I know fans are clamoring to see it, but what are they going to show now that they can't show you in 2 months?
I'll tell you what, all they got to show is some trailer about a minute long that just shows something else that people can just speculate about, and you got an entire crazy fan base again.
I'll tell you what, it's Square Enix. They're never going to release a trailer that's only a minute long. It's going to be 3.5 minutes. It's going to have so much dialogue, and you're going to be like, what the fuck's going on here? And then half the people on the internet are going to be like, oh my god, and then cry. And then everyone's going to be like, what are you crying at? And they're like, it's so beautiful. That's the average Square Enix trailer. So I've never seen one less than 9 minutes.
Yeah.
But yeah, I would just love updates on the Sony stuff. Just announce Ghost of Tsushima 2.
Not gonna see it till the showcase, I promise you that.
No, you don't.
Maybe
you don't promise me
showcase.
nothing.
I promise you that one. We will not see it till the showcase.
There's only
nothing
been
with
one instance with 2 showcases
and that was when they announced the PS5.
Well, yeah, that's a special
That
time.
year.
There's no
It
special
was
time
June
here.
and September. But now we're in the third year.
Huh? What makes
Maybe
this year
it's
special?
time.
No.
I
Next
honestly
year-
think they have to.
Nah, next year in May, we'll have Ghost of Tsushima 2, we'll have Horizon update, we'll have
I hate that.
Last of Us update.
Horizon
we'll
definitely
have,
not.
And we'll have whatever else they're working on.
Horizon is 5 to 6 years out.
soon.
Hopefully less.
We just saw a Sony showcase with all their supposed games they're working on.
No, we saw their
Which
live
was-
service ones. And
Yeah,
they've talked
yeah.
about, but Ghost of Tsushima 2 has been in development for at least 3 years at this point.
We're not going to see it now.
I'm not saying
Well-
we're going to see it now. They've already announced Wolverine. Show an update.
Not going to show it now. That's next
This
year.
man
Showcase
is
next
just
year.
shitting on my dreams, Kevin.
I'm
Showcase
sorry. I'm being realistic
Happening.
with you.
Showcase
Big
is
sh-
happening.
I-
Big showcase next year in May.
They have to
I
redeem
think-
themselves
hold
for their
on.
poor.
Hold on 1 second. I think, I'm going to say this right now. I think Sony will show 2 first-party single-player things that are not Spider-Man at this state of play.
Okay. If that is the case, I will stake $25 on that for you.
I'll bet you $25.
$25 it is.
25
I'll bet that.
bucks. Yeah.
It's
Why
on
don't
the
you make
it's
it
on the
100?
podcast.
Let's not do
Listen.
that. Hey, he's got kids to feed. I gotta feed.
I gotta feed. Listen, Adam has his priorities. I have mine. $25
Hey,
is enough.
I know Genesis hopes I'm right.
I would love to pay him 25. You kidding me?
And I would
If I
love
pay-
to receive $25.
If he's right, I would be because everybody knows on this podcast how disappointed I was with May's showcase.
Yeah, and
whatever it was,
your
June.
expectations were way too high, and you shouldn't have been as disappointed. But you're
Well, this is why
describing
they
a
redeemed
showcase
themselves.
worse than May's in the state of play format.
I think this would be the state of play that I just need. Give me the state of play, and I want that. That's
I,
what
I really don't want Spider-Man to be there.
It's probably going to be there.
I know, but what are they going to play a mission and then show like don't show me more.
And they're going to show you more.
Don't
I mean-
confirm Venom's playable. Let me figure it out.
They got to hype it up.
It's
People-
hyped. People
I-
are hyped.
I would have to say, as I'm just scouring the forums and Reddit, people are saying I feel like there's not enough hype for Spider-Man.
Because okay, I hate when people always talk about like I don't feel like there's advertising or hype. Go anywhere. Go literally anywhere.
Uh-huh.
Spider-Man is being advertised.
19
They're showing the
19
video game
inches of
trailer.
Venom.
They're showing the video game that was seen by 80 million people. They're also showing the video game trailer before movies now. So your
Also,
grandma
they're-
and grandpa, and probably your great grandma and great grandpa, are seeing it before they watch fucking Killers of the Flower Moon next month. You know what I mean?
Also, 19 inches of Venom.
19 inches of Venom, Kevin.
Delight yourself with 19 inches.
PlayStation UK is nuts.
Indulge yourself with 19 inches of Venom.
Wild, absolutely wild. State of play. I need it to be good. I need it to be. I mean, now I needed to have 2 first-party Sony things that aren't Spider-Man. But
I would listen. I would be happier than you getting the 25 for me to pay you the 25 if you're right.
Hey.
Because
I know.
that means that the dream is still alive, and we're gonna get some updates, and we're gonna see some things, and get hyped and get
No.
excited.
Now hear me out. Wouldn't it be
What?
fucking funny if they're like, "Hey guys, we bought the people who made Stellar Blade, and we also bought Square Enix. I win." I get $25.
Hmm.
Genesis passes out and can't send the $25. Desunoto cries because he's like, the cake is coming home.
Yeah, I mean, listen, if they announce the buyout of Square Enix, that's it. That's over. It's a wrap for me. It's a wrap.
I don't want it.
The other thing I think that, just to end this topic, I know that they will probably have something on is the whatever they're going to be adding to PlayStation Plus to justify this price increase. I guarantee you they'll have something with that. Whatever they're going to do, I
Hey
don't know.
guys, Stellar Blade Day 1. It's out now on PS Plus. You're welcome.
I pass out from that one.
Hey guys, it's the lowest rated game because the frames can't handle the cake.
Oh god.
It can't handle all those pixels.
Oh god. All right. Well, that's all I've got. Anybody else got anything they want to talk about?
Does
here?
anybody know which engine the which Stellar Blade is made in?
I think it's Unreal Engine 5, isn't it?
I'd guess Unreal. You see that ass?
Oh shit.
You like that, Desunoto? You like that?
God.
Yeah.
Shift
Ass
Up
is Unreal.
Studios is the one making it, and it's it's a Sony Interactive game, so it's a
Did
second
you say
party
shit
game.
up?
Shift Up.
Shift up. Okay, I thought you said
Yeah.
shit up.
No, Shift Up Studios.
You know what
Yes.
else they make? They make another mobile game called Nikke, Goddess of Victory.
Oh, that's made by
And
them?
Boy, does that game have a lot of cake to
Now, what did you
pass
say that game
around.
was called?
Nikke, Nikke.
Mm.
Yeah. All you see is the ass shaking when you're shooting everybody.
Oh, I know this game.
Yeah,
I've seen video of it.
Pretty good, decent game. Pretty good.
Pretty good.
Alright.
Pretty good. Hey guys, I found a Reddit post that has an ass tier cake. It's listing all the asses. And it goes don't, small, medium, above average, big, plot reasons, huge, and dump truck.
Yeah, there's
Where do you s-
plenty to choose from.
Where do you suppose Stellar Blade ranks in that?
Higher.
Oh, God. All right. Well, anybody else got any topics they want to talk about?
Yo, what the fuck? Is this fan art? Jesus Christ. Oh, it's not. Oh!
All right. Well,
the in-game sprites are really nice, really, really good.
with that, I guess I'm going to wind the show down. I appreciate everybody for watching Crafting a Chat, and I appreciate my co-host here for joining the show every single week. Catch us next week, Tuesday, same time, same place, twitch.tv/craftingachat, youtube.com/starting too late with 2 R's. And we'll see you guys next week, hopefully with some good news of a state of play.
I see why she's number one. That makes sense.
Everybody take care, have a nice night, and go fuck yourselves. Take care.
Hey guys,
Bye-bye.
remember, Metroid 4 will come out one day. Will Desunoto be alive that day? Maybe not. Maybe not. But it will come out one day. Just remember, you gotta believe. And if I lose